Good
Yes, we
morning.
are.
It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to hit this button and hopefully all this will work correctly. I'm using a completely different computer with a different setup because I'm back in my office in San Carlos, having gotten back safely, but I have not quite set my office back up. So if I sound a little different or look a little different, I actually kind of feel like it's sounding and looking a lot better.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going out and back in. It's saying I'm broadcasting my video. So I don't know what that means. I've never seen that before. So I'm going out and I'll be back.
Okay.
But did you get a ride from somebody from Phoenix?
Yeah, you know what we finally did is I took a bus to Tucson and my wife and sister-in-law came and picked me up in Tucson.
Oh, I see.
There she is.
It's still doing that same thing. It says when I click on it, it says it looks the same, but I'm normally not seeing myself in a small picture, but oh well. Oh well.
Okay.
It'll work.
Well, you're not accustomed to seeing a preview of you? You're seeing your...
I see it. I see a preview of me for you, but I do see me, but it's normally the same size as everybody else.
Okay.
Who knows?
So what do you see? What do you see now?
I see your face.
Okay. And now what do you see?
Same thing.
You don't see me double?
Now I see you from a different angle,
Okay. How about...
from the side. Now you're small with the rest of us small.
I thought I was going to enlighten us to what's going on, but I actually just confused myself, so I'm just putting it back the way it was.
The other two views were better.
Yes, definitely.
Which ones were those? This one here?
No, the other one, the
Larger.
front face. That one.
No, you're not full screen. You got everybody else on your screen.
Yeah. Well, I could be full
Okay,
screen,
that's it.
but
That's
then
it.
we don't have everybody else.
Right.
So
I can't believe there's only 4 of us today.
Yeah, well, Bill and Cheryl did say that they were going to be on the road. They were going to try and check in with us, but they weren't. They probably weren't going to be available for today's meeting. Have you folks brought your own topics? You got things you want to go through? There's Apple stuff. The new
Sure.
the new Apple stuff came out.
So what do you think about the iPhone 15?
I didn't see anything intriguing. If you had something that was within the last 3 generations, about the only thing that they're pushing that I started looking up today that might be interesting is their maximum screen brightness on all their products. Their
I didn't see
iPhones
that.
and their watches. They bumped up the nits that it can produce. And what that means to us is that they're much easier to see in direct sunlight because they can crank up the brightness to compete with the brightness of the sun.
I was looking at the 15 because of the battery life, but mostly it's replaying videos, which I really don't do on my phone.
Yeah, the battery life's impressive. It's
also,
incremental. It's
right.
It's not a major leap. It's bigger than last year's and it's bigger than the year before. It's a bit of a leap from mine. That's kind of what got me on it because I think they're saying it's something like 21 hours. In the
I wrote it down. Hold
yeah.
on.
I can't imagine getting 21 hours with a phone. I looked up mine. As long as Bart isn't lying to me, it's something like 17 hours. Like I don't get 17 hours.
It says with the Pro Max 15, it's 29 hours of video.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with just the Pro 15, it's 23 hours of video. It's a little bit lighter weight, the new Pro Max than my current Pro Max I have a 12. It's a little bit narrower and a little bit shorter height-wise. But other than that, and it has a USB-C plug.
You know, we could combine this with a topic I brought, which is the Bard AI chat engine that I started playing around with this morning, specifically on this topic. The reason that I started playing around with it was because I saw an article that said they've opened it up so that Bard can get into your email, get into your documents, use that information to answer questions for you, kind of quickly summarizing things for you. And I thought, well, that sounds like an interesting topic. I should explore that. I don't even know how to use Bard from my email. Oh, I've lost you, Judy.
Back up. What is Bard?
So Bard is Google's Chat GPT.
Oh, okay. And it's BARD.
That's right. It's Bard, and you can get to it by bard.google.com. But so it's able to, so I was following this topic, and I'm in it, and I'm trying to do it with my email, and I'm using the Computer Club's email, and I'm asking it questions like, who replies to email? And it got it wrong. I mean, it got it right, but it didn't get all the right answers. And then I was asking it questions about, like, what are my most common things to say in an email? And it was using the wrong email. Like this, and granted, I'm testing a new feature, something that's just been announced. But it was using a bunch of email I had received to answer a question about wanting to know something about what I send. And so I wasn't very impressed with it. But I continued to use it. I gave up on the whole using the new features and just started using Bard. And I was using it specifically for this topic we're talking about, the new iPhones. And so I've got a chat session here. I'll put on my screen. I hope you guys can see this. But this is what Bard looks like. I hope you're with me. And it has a prompt down at the bottom that you type your questions into, and it creates a scrolling history of your session. And so I started with a question like, make a table of phone models and their nits, because I wanted to compare screen brightnesses amongst the iPhone models. It asked me to provide the models that I'm interested in, and I said, use all iPhone models available. Are you guys with me? So it created this table for me, just out of the blue. And it put each one of the iPhone models next to the nit readings so that you could do a compare and contrast of what was available. And at the end of the table, it stuck this export to sheets. So you could immediately click there and create a new spreadsheet to work with the data. So this was the first successful thing I did with Bard. I'm like, holy crap, that's really powerful. And so the next thing I asked it to do was make the same table, but include battery duration. And so it took the exact same table of display nits by iPhones and put the battery duration right next to it. Same table. I just said use the same table. And I did that again. I did all this morning with no prompting, just kind of thinking about it. And I said add their size, include their size and weight. If you see here, make the same table and include size and weight. And so those dimensions came up next to it. This got a little weird. I was trying to ask it to sort the table. by battery duration. And it did an okay job, but there's some here that, like here, this iPhone 12 is 19, iPhone 13, 17. They're kind of out of order. I'm not sure why it decided to do some of that stuff. Anyway, I thought it was a really interesting lesson in using Bard to answer questions.
So what did it say was the battery for the iPhone 15 Pro Max?
Well, you noticed in all these results, it didn't let me prompt it specifically and see what happens. Let's see. What is the battery duration for the iPhone 15
Pro Max.
Max?
Mm.
Yeah, no, there is a wait time where it goes out and checks information. 29 hours of video, 95 hours of audio playback, and this is based on leaks and rumors.
Mm-hmm. So what about if you're just wanting to know how long your battery's going to last when your phone is turned on? I don't care about video. I don't care about audio. I just want to know how long my phone is going to last when it's turned on.
Yeah, and it's really subjective, isn't it? Because these new
Yes.
chips, these what is the new one? It's based on is it the A17? Expect to
Maybe.
be more efficient thanks to the new A17 Bionic chip. That's what this is saying. It's called an A17. So let's see if Bard can help us. What let's see. Create table of video cores available in Apple's A series CPUs. Create a table of video cores available by CPU in Apple's A series. Let's see what this does. I have no idea. I'm trying to train myself to be a
That's
good
pretty
prompter.
complicated.
I know. It is.
That's a pretty complicated request, I would say.
Let's see what happens. Video cores. So it didn't make a pretty table. It's a text-based table and you can't export it. But it's got each one of the A series from 16 to 9 and the video cores included 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 12. So what that 12 would tell me is that they didn't have video core specifics. They just had cores in the 9 and the 9X. So that's interesting. I wonder if we can say make a table of general battery durations across.
And be more specific. Go like from the iPhone 10 to 15.
Oh, okay. Across the
Unless somebody cares about
iPhone
lower than 10.
models 10 through 15.
Can you speak to it rather than type to it?
You can, but it got really, really screwy. This microphone down here we can talk to.
Mm-hmm.
This is the table though. Battery durations. But this is, we said general battery durations, and it's obviously based on video still.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell by the numbers. So this is basically the same table I brought up before. Oh, but it did include 15, and it didn't before.
But why did it include all those others?
That's true. It included everything, didn't it?
Yeah. Because there should be only like 5 or, well, say 15 models or something.
Oh, wait a second. Let me edit this. They didn't use the abbreviation TIN. They used X. Let's see if that makes a difference.
Mm. It's different.
Yeah, it's totally different. And it's going from X to 15. Actually, that's what you asked for, isn't it? From 10 to
Mm-hmm.
15 expected. But you can still tell by the numbers that it's based on that video. And so I think it's very subjective to say playing video or listening to audio. Those are things you can grab hold of. But at the same time, if you're not familiar with the architecture of the CPU, that may be very meaningful or meaningless. Because they could have a CPU system dedicated to playing video at the lowest possible, whereas the way you're using the phone is actually not been improved in battery life because it's still using the traditional processors for that particular process. If you follow what I mean. Boy, we're a real little group today, aren't we?
We are.
Well, this is fascinating.
Interesting.
I would be really interested in turning this on to things that that I've written or emails that I've had, just to see what kind of information I could glean out of my own data. Kind of
Is
like,
that an AI application?
say that again, Chester?
Is that an AI application?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. It's an AI application available to Google users, and it's at bard.google.com. And you just sign in with your Google account, the same one we're using for this meet right now.
It's
bard.google.com. It's Google, so you use your Google account with it.
Okay.
How many people are using Bard right now? That's cool that you can edit your query. Millions of people around the world. So this just sounds like PR. But this query, you can, in the history of your session, you can go, well, that didn't give me what I wanted, so I can come up here and just edit it and change it, and it'll be in the timeline of your session here. And Bard give info on the release availability. Of iPhone 15 Pro Max. It just comes back one word. Yes.
What did you ask it?
If it can give me release availability on the iPhone 15 Pro Max.
On
And,
the 22nd.
yeah. It doesn't say the 22nd in that answer, does it? It says
I don't know.
September. It just says this month from the information it's got. Now, one of the things that they mentioned is new is you can Google the information from Bard's result. So this button's supposed to double check the response. Where is it? From what I understand, it's supposed to give me the sources used so that I can determine, I can vet the information from what it used. But I don't seem to be getting anything out of it, so maybe that's not working.
Well, it's highlighting in a different color some of the
Maybe
sentences.
okay. Got it. Ah, there it is. I got you. Okay, so you
Okay.
hover over it and click, and it tells you where this information came from.
Interesting. Hmm.
So does that mean it made that up in whole cloth?
It's really bad if you're colorblind and you can't see those highlight colors.
Yeah. Well, it is experimental.
Yes, it is. That was interesting.
I have to apologize. Give me one moment. We're trying to get an electrician over here, and he is texting me as we're having this meeting.
Who are you using as an electrician?
I think it's this guy named Christian. He sent a guy over here that works for him, and he sorted out the electricity in my trailer. It was pretty bright. Hey, there's Pop. Hey, Pop.
Good morning. We're not moving very fast.
No worries. We've had a small group so far.
Where are you?
I'm going to go offline for just a
Anchorage.
moment, guys.
Is it fall in Anchorage?
It was fall when Scott left. It turns cold pretty fast here.
I know. I was saying it was between 41 and 44 earlier this week here in Colorado. So that's pretty cold.
Yeah. I'm never quite ready for it when it comes.
Well, and the wind is blowing really hard today, and we're supposed to get rain, I guess. I don't know. So
Well, our biggest surprise today will be we may get our 5th day of sunshine for the summer.
nice. So when are you leaving Anchorage?
And not till the end of November.
Oh, Burr.
Yeah, we normally are out of here by the 1st of November, but because of health issues, we're sticking around a little longer. And we haven't decided how long we're going to stay down in Arizona this winter. So all has to do with health.
Definitely.
Good morning, Paul.
Hello,
I
I'm
love
back.
that background you got.
Paul, you're muted. You're still muted. You're still muted.
It's about 70 degrees in San Pedro.
Oh, nice.
That does sound nice.
Sun is shining. Birds are singing. There are clouds, so it's kind of overcast.
I've had construction in the background here in the Ranchitos. I was thinking we were going to be listening to it throughout this session, but it stopped as soon as we started our meeting, like I asked them to.
Well, construction waits till all the snowbirds are around to be annoyed by it.
Right. It comes with the snowbirds.
People leave in April, and they tell their contractor, "Okay, I'm going to be back 1st of October, so I hope it's all done." And they start the day before that, start the last day of September.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So Scott, we had Rick over yesterday telling us he was actually finding it a little hard to work without you to give him instructions here. So he talked, but he didn't work. So we're hoping to see him today.
Okay. What's he Okay, we've been playing with Bard. You guys got here late. We've been playing with Bard, the chat GPT of Google, bard.google.com. And the snowbirds question I found interesting. So I asked it, when do the snowbirds return to San Carlos, Sonora? And it says typically in October and November. The weather in San Carlos is warm and sunny during these winter months, making it a popular destination for retirees and other people who want to escape the cold weather. So I wonder where they got this beautiful summary. I mean, that's somebody's PR. So let's double check our response here. And it's doing something. And
There
it's
it is.
highlighted this thing. Didn't find relevant content. Was this check helpful? No. It's absolutely not helpful. Is it? Am I able to ask it again? Understanding results. Likely similar to the statement. A link is provided. It's not necessarily what Bart used to generate. Search found content that's likely different from the statement, or it didn't find relevant content. Interesting. So it came up with these results just out of whole cloth.
So it was writing its own text.
It's got to have, right? I mean, like this they could have just. I mean, it knows what I'm talking about, but it won't show
But
us
even
where.
if it knew what it was talking about, it would know that January and February are cold and windy in San Carlos.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of people there
That's true.
during this time. I mean, that's what it's really saying is during this time, the city's full of people from all over North America. Now, this new feature that they've added would have been helpful if it would tell us where it pulled this stuff from.
A lot of people leave in April, though, and May is the best month to be there.
Yeah, I don't disagree. May can be miserable, but most of the time it's wonderful.
Oh, there's my alarm. I have to go to a meeting, so I'm bailing out now.
What do you mean you're in a meeting? Where are you going? What meeting's more important than my meeting?
It's a lunch meeting once a month.
Oh, I didn't bring food, Paul. I'm sorry.
With my old cronies from Fish and Game. I retired 20 years ago.
Well, say hi from us, and we completely understand.
I will.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
I'll take a poll, see how many of them use Apple products.
All right. Yeah, see if they're excited about the new lineup.
Yeah.
The faux leather.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So we're not going to go to in-person meetings until the first Tuesday in October. I think that's the 3rd from my calendar. That's what it shows.
I will not be there yet. I won't be there until the 16th. So
Okay.
I might make the 17th.
Well, I know at least Jim's asked me about it, so it might be me and Jim.
And you're still doing 10 o'clock at Tequilas.
Yeah, I don't plan on changing anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Pop, did you bring any topics?
No, I'm barely here.
Okay.
Do you have anything?
Well, I did
I
bring
have
some.
one.
Oh, go ahead, Chester.
Well, I'm not sure I have all the information I need to give you, but for many years I've subscribed to DirecTV. And as a part of that service, they provide what they call Sunday Ticket until this year. It cost about $300, maybe $350, but you get all of the NFL football games, including the playoffs and so forth. And they were losing money on it, so they gave it up. And in turn, that was picked up, let's see, by Google, I believe, or YouTube. And so the Sunday Ticket is now sold by YouTube for about the same price. The only problem I have with subscribing it for YouTube is I can't record the games. Unfortunately, once DirecTV had it, I could record 5 games at a time and watch them whenever I wanted to. I do have a program though, a streaming program that on my desktop is called IPTV Smart. I think we may have discussed that before. I think it has something like 16,000 channels. And so last Sunday, I decided, well, I really did want to watch the Broncos. So I went into that particular service and found the Bronco game and watched it. Unfortunately, I had to watch all of those ads. And it drove me nuts.
Hey,
And so-
were you able to record it using IPTV Smart?
Oh, that's my question. What do I need to get in order to record that? I know it could only record one at a time, but at least I could record one and then fast forward through the ads.
I'm going to ask Bard and see what Bard says. Let's start a new session. How do I start a new session? Oh, maybe this is it. There we go. Let's see. What would we ask Bard is, how can I record the 2023, what'd you call it? The NFL ticket?
In NFL games.
NFL games. How pardon me.
But you have to
Sunday
type,
ticket.
you need to type in with IPTV.
Well,
Yeah, I
let's
do.
just
I can
yeah.
do that
Well,
on-
let's hold on. I'm thinking. Let's just see what it comes up with. Like, forget all the services we have. Let's just see what it says. There's a few ways to record 2023 NFL games. Use a DVR or digital video recorder. Use streaming service DVR functionality. Mini streaming service such as YouTube TV, Hulu Plus, Live TV, Fubo TV, and offer DVR functionality. So is that not offered through YouTube TV right now?
Well, it is offered. It's offered on YouTube TV, but I don't know that I can record on YouTube TV.
Well, I mean, that's if it's. Are you saying you don't know if you can record specifically the games?
Yes, I don't know that.
Use a screen recorder. Like, you could bring it up on YouTube TV on your laptop, and you could use a screen recorder to record it. That's not. I mean, that's a quick and dirty way to do such a thing.
What is the? Is that an app for the
Yeah.
computer? Or,
Here, let's try Bard again. So let's follow that line of thinking and go, what would be the best screen recorder for
Laptop.
recording? Well, I was thinking particularly for recording YouTube to TV NFL games. I'll put a question.
I have a
mark.
question. Are they talking about a TV that is only it's like a Roku TV, but it's a YouTube TV, or YouTube
Yeah.
TV is something else?
YouTube TV is like Roku TV. I mean, it's not a hardware device, it's software, but it's a service like DirecTV.
Okay.
And so it's got hundreds of channels like a cable offering. just like Roku TV has one, and Amazon sort of got something with Prime, but it doesn't feel that, it just doesn't feel as stable as Roku or YouTube. YouTube's really a very superior quality product, but it's expensive. Screen
so
recorders.
is DirecTV.
Say again?
So is DirecTV.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, well, and DirecTV actually has a really good offering, doesn't it? It has DVRs. It's got really
Yeah,
good
I've loved
inline
it for
guide.
years. I've loved it for years, but it doesn't carry the ball game
Yeah.
anymore.
And so this is a feature that you used to be able to take advantage of because you were on DirecTV, and apparently
Yeah.
you're not able to do it under YouTube TV.
Well, I can, anything I have on my computer that's recorded on a computer, I can sling that to my big TV.
Well, so it came up with some screen recorders. If you wanted to follow that, if you wanted to have like a laptop and you're watching YouTube TV football and then have something record that, it's come up with 3 different recommendations for this activity. The top
Okay.
one I really know a lot about because it's what I'm using when we're doing the computer club like this. It's the software that is capturing you guys in a meet as well as my screens and putting together as a presentation that I can spit out again over YouTube and over our meet. So that's OBS Studio. And it's been really fun to watch it. It's an open source project. It's free. But it's become just incredibly powerful with lots of features. And so I enjoy using that. And it would be more like, it wouldn't be like a DVR. It would be like you're producing your own video. It'd be more like Adobe Premiere. I don't know if you've ever played with that, Chester. Or,
Well, I think the question is, can you fast forward in that?
well, what you end up with is you end up creating a video file, and then you watch that video file in a media player, and there's where you get the fast forward and rewind and so
Okay.
on.
Okay.
So it's not in real time like a DVR is. And none of these would be. These are all screen recorders. So the concept of a screen recorder is that you've got it on your screen and you want to make a video of what's on your screen.
Right.
Right. So it's the most minimal of features.
That was number 1. What was number 2?
Well, these 3 I imagine are all in the same class. The next one is Screencast-O-Matic.
So say it again.
Screencast-O-Matic. It's Screencast-O-Matic. It's a paid screen recorder that's available for Windows and Mac. User-friendly tools offer a variety of features, including the ability to record audio and video from your screen, webcam, microphone, add annotations, effects. Again, it's much more similar to you're producing a video file than it is you're using a DVR.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then-
I have a suggestion, Scott. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, go ahead, Bob. Where are you?
Well, I'm
tried to
wondering
use the screen.
if Chester, if you have looked at Sling or used Sling.
I have not looked at Sling, and I'm not familiar with it.
We went through a period of time, not recently. I mean, it was a couple of years ago, but we had a number of shows we wanted to record, and we found we could do that with Sling very effectively. Pick out whatever we wanted. It included most channels and so forth. We didn't have DirecTV, and so we were just on the internet. But we were really pleased with our ability to record whatever programs we wanted, and like you said, fast forward or whatever we wanted to do with it. And we could do quite a few at one time. And I think it was only costing us like $40 a month or something like that.
Well, I'll look into that.
Wait, that's my next barred query. Can I use Sling to watch and record?
Watch and record.
And record NFL games. No. record 2023 NFL games. Got to get the date in there, or we might end up with some bad information.
Did I miss the answer?
No, we're waiting for it. Yes, you can use Sling to watch and record 2023 NFL games. Sling offers 2 main subscriptions, Orange and Blue. Orange includes ESPN, which carries nightly football games, and select ESPN Plus games. Sling Blue includes Fox, which carries NFC games on Sundays. All right, I'm very quickly not knowing whether what I'm reading you covers what you're interested in.
Okay, it doesn't sound like it because with DirecTV, I can get all of the local stations and local networks,
Okay,
including Fox and ABC, NBC, and CBS.
Well, it
And-
goes on, Chester, to say to watch and record NFL games on Sling, you will need a subscription to Sling Orange plus Blue. This will give you access to all the NFL games that are available on Sling.
Okay, what I was commenting on was that I can now get and record those NFL games that are on local television.
Oh, through like
Which
HD.
means I can always pick up the Cardinals.
Yeah. Well, then it also says that if you're going to use Sling, you would need to add the cloud DVR add-on so that you could do it as a DVR so you could record it.
Okay, I've made a note of that so that I can research it.
Sorry, too much stuff happening over here. Yeah, and what we know about these AI language models is that this could have been completely fabricated. This answer could be pulling from 1,000 different documents and put together. I wonder if we double check the response, what kind of results we'll get here.
There's Cheryl.
Cheryl's with us. Hello, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
Ooh, and did we just get a 15-minute warning? We did.
Hi guys,
Hello.
we're in the car in the middle of the city, just came out of a doctor's appointment, so thought we better check in and say hi.
All right. Well, welcome. We've been playing with Bard, the chat GPT of Google.
I wanted to do that.
Yeah, you're missing out.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask for a private Zoom meeting then.
Well, give us an idea for a Bard question and we'll stick it into the AI and see what it says.
I need a routine on Alexa to set up a timer for my mixing machine.
For his bread making.
Build a routine for. Wait, you want? What do you want to have happen? You want a mixer to start at a specific time?
Yeah, well, no.
Start and stop and start again.
I want it to start the mixing machine at a specific time. Mix for 10 minutes, rest for 25, mix for 10, rest for 25.
Build a routine to start and stop a mixer. What is it? A bread mixer?
Yeah.
Well, it's a smart plug is what I need to start and stop.
Okay, I'm gonna say every 10 minutes and see what kind of result.
Yeah,
we
that's
get.
fine. I guess my question is, how do you access Bard?
Alexa.
Because I can do
Bard?
the other part.
Alexa. Did I spell it right? Alexa. Bard.google.com. And you sign in with your Google account.
Google.com. Okay.
Yeah. And so we've been playing around with it this morning. Oh, here we go. Build a routine. Open the Alexa app, tap on the routines tab, tap on the plus sign to add one on the right-hand corner, tap on when this happens. Select schedule, set the schedule to repeat every 10 minutes, add an action, smart home, select your bread mixer. So this makes the assumption your bread mixer is already part of your smart home.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, select turn on, tap next, tap on add action, select smart home, select your bread mixer, select turn off, tap on next, give your routine name, tap on save. Once you've created your routine, you can test it by saying, Alexa, start the bread mixer routine. Alexa will then start your bread mixer every 10 minutes and turn it off after 10 minutes. I think we just did it.
Yeah. My complaint with routines is if you test it, there's no way to stop it to change something. I've not found a way to stop a routine in the middle of it.
Okay. Are you're making like these mousetrap routines? Yeah, you know what
Well,
I wonder, and I've never done this, but can you have routines call routines? Because maybe what you want to do is you want to make them into modules.
Can one routine call another routine?
I don't know. Let's ask Bart.
Why don't we ask Bart? Because that would be very handy to be able to call it a
routine.
subroutine. Being an old programmer, I understand the concept.
Routine call another routine. We'll find out. Let's see what it said. That would be, you could flowchart your entire routine if that was the case into separate routines.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, an Alexa routine can call another routine. To do this, you can use the custom action in your routine. To add a custom action, and it gives you the instructions here, 9 steps to add a custom routine. Click next and save. For example, you have a routine called Good Morning. You could create new routines that say, Alexa, start the Good Morning routine. This would start your Good Morning routine whenever the command, Alexa, start the Good Morning routine. You can also use the custom action to call multiple routines. To do this, simply add multiple custom actions to your routine. For example, you could create a routine that says, Alexa, start the Good Morning routine and the bedroom routine. This would start both of your routines when you say the command, Alexa, start the Good Morning. Yeah, okay, well, anyway, the point being that you could ask for 2 routines in one routine. That's what it's just word diarrhea here from Bard. Thanks, Bard. Hey, I wonder,
Did Bart do a lot of that word diarrhea stuff?
Could you summarize the last result for a 5-year-old?
Can you do OR functions?
Summarize. Could you summarize? Did I spell that right? Summarize? What was your question, Fred?
Can you do OR functions?
I believe you can.
What about if thens?
Here's a simpler explanation. Alexa can help you make bread. She can turn on your bread mixer every 10 minutes. The best part is it ends with, I hope this was helpful.
I hope it was too.
So yeah, let's pick a new, let me start a new session here, because that obviously would have been a question that would be more appropriate for a new session. And I keep going over to this main menu, which is wrong. I should be going up to the plus in the upper right hand and it clears
Oh.
that session. I'm ready to start a new one.
I'm looking at what the bar looks like.
bard.google.com. And Fred, I think it would just be a matter of prompting an or question. Do you have an or question you'd like to ask Bard? I'll type it in and try and prompt it. I think these prompting gigs are going to be actual jobs for the next few years. So being good at this kind of stuff would be advantageous. Make a table of spicy food.
Something like if the lights are on, do this function, or if the lights are off, do this function.
Oh, that's interesting. Let me try using the speech here and see if I can get that to work for me. Make an Alexa routine that will turn on one function. No, there we go. See, this is what's flaky about this. Make, oh my gosh. Let's try again.
Basically, what
Okay.
you're doing is a binary function.
But what if you don't have an Alexa and you want to do this?
Oh,
Oh,
make a Google Assistant routine that will turn on the lights every 10 minutes.
So is this the things that Bart has done with you guys today? Have you done anything else? Like, I'd like to ask it, which is the best hotel to stay at if you're flying out of the Phoenix airport?
You have to be more
Best
specific.
is pretty arbitrary, but we could see
Yes.
what's the highest rated. So here it just made a routine for turning on the lights every 10 minutes using Google Assistant. If you don't have an Alexa, because you definitely have Google Assistant, whether you want to or not. You just need the smart equipment, but the Assistant is already embedded in everything we're doing. Let's start a new one and see here. How about what is the highest
parameters. Do you want a shuttle? Do you want a breakfast?
recommended hotel when flying out of the...
I know there is one hotel not too far from the airport that will allow you to park your car there while you're traveling.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say. Where is the best place to park if you're flying out of the Phoenix airport?
Oh,
But how long are you going to be gone? How long do you want to park?
Bard
That's
is
another-
informing us it's going through its database, its Google Flights, Google Hotels, and it's created a list here. Given prices in pesos, it must think I'm in Mexico. Here are hotels near the Phoenix airport. They've got 6 of them. Quality Inn, Paras, Super 8, Baymont, and La Quinta. And then they've got prices corresponding in pesos.
So Bart will analyze those different things. So if you gave it specific, the best for something, you could use the word best.
Maybe the best for. Let me see if I can do that. What is the best?
Closest.
Oh, Bill's saying that you should use words like, what is the closest? What is the cheapest? What is the...
Closest and cheapest
That allows
cheapest
free parking on site.
hotel that
for 2 days.
Allows free parking
free
on site.
parking
On site.
on site.
Here.
All right, let's see what happens. and it's going
I just
to
figured
its
that was one of the
databases.
intelligence things that I'm going through right now. And I figured in artificial intelligence, let's see how long it takes it to figure it out.
Well, it's important to keep in mind that it is using its own paid services. It's using the flights, it's using the hotels where it gets revenue for advertisers. So even these results are going to be skewed to its data set. Here are some of the cheapest hotels in Phoenix, so it doesn't associate them with the airport. Cheapest flights, so it's done cheapest flights from Wymus to Phoenix. For some reason, that got stuck into these answers. Google hotels.
Is there such a
Phoenix
thing?
hotels that allow free parking. No, I think it made it up. Air
Well, that's what I was
Mexico,
thinking.
Delta. I mean, there is, but there isn't. Hermosillo to Phoenix, Hermosillo to Phoenix, Hermosillo to Phoenix. It's not Wymus. Round
What
trip.
are the pictures?
The pictures are for hotels recommended from Google Hotels, and they're based on the next evening that allow free parking on site. Hometown Studio, Extend a Studio Temp, Hotel Scottsdale, Econo Lodge Phoenix. I don't know if any of these results are helping you because they are not meshed together to answer our question. It's like it's just barfed a bunch of information out on top of us.
Okay, so what I've heard so far is Bard does a lot of barfing and diarrhea.
Yep. It's a sick app, man. It's a sick app.
So, Scott, how current is their database?
Oh, well, you know what? It's looking, it feels like it. Well, here's an indicator. It pulled information about the iPhone 15 for us to look at.
Oh, okay.
So it's got to be using the data set of Google, right? Like Google is as up to date as Google's stuff. Unlike ChatGPT, where its model is based on, its data set is based on stuff it scanned off the internet. I imagine this is
1
based
minute.
off. Oh, hey, should we switch over to the next meeting? Thank you for that. I'm going to open up the next meeting, and I will see you guys on the other side. Everybody's gone. I'm here. All by myself. Where's our meeting? Everyone that wants to be in it. There's. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. My speakers are in the wrong spot. They are supposed to be right here. No. Right here. There we go. All right, I'm back in business. Everybody hear me okay?
Coming in fine.
All right. Hey, and we're still in meeting.
So
But
Cheryl,
I don't think we found you a hotel, though.
No, I use like hotels.com and to see what they, or whichever Travelocity, whichever one allows you to add all your parameters. And then I go and search through the hotel's website.
Well, I go to that. I did that hotels.com because last time we were going to stay in the Phoenix area, I couldn't believe how expensive everything was. Like I belong to Best Western, I belong to Holiday Inn, and I was looking at their prices, and they were twice as much as Tucson. And I thought, what is going on here? Anyways, it turned out that I could get cheaper ones in Phoenix, but they were the reviews. Oh, drug use, not safe, don't stay here, you know. Oh yeah, bed bugs, like it was just terrible. We ended up staying at a Best Western, paid like $185 for one night, and it was
Is that the one
the
that didn't have any water?
worst room. no, that was the other one in Mesa. But yeah, the whole Phoenix area, it was so expensive.
Maybe if you book far enough ahead, you'll get a better rate.
It doesn't seem like it because I'm booking for January the 19th.
Oh,
Well, and be careful with
I've
that
decided-
logic. We got burned on Uber that way. We figured we would lock in a rate, and we ended up paying $16 to save that rate. Like it would have been
Oh,
that's how Uber deals with it. If you make a reservation on Uber, and that
I
rate,
only book hotels that offer free cancellation within a certain amount of time.
yeah.
all right,
I'm doing that
here's
too,
a
but
direct answer to a direct question. The cheapest hotel with free parking near Phoenix Airport is Quality Inn Casa Grande, I-10. It has a
you go.
3.5 star rating on Google Maps.
But do they have a free shuttle?
Well, I didn't ask it. You want me to put that in there too?
Yes.
Pick the cheapest hotel with free that was supposed to be 2-day parking. 2-day parking near the Phoenix Airport with the best reviews and a free shuttle. It took a while for these results to come back.
You have to pay a cab fare.
Or an Uber. Sure, here's the cheapest hotel with free 2-day parking near Phoenix Airport with the best reviews and a free shuttle. Harrah's AK Chin Hotel and Casino. 3-star hotel.
Which is in Maricopa, and
Wait.
you may as well be staying in Tucson.
Let me try this again. Near the Phoenix Airport.
No, closest to the Phoenix Airport.
Okay.
Actually, there's more than one Phoenix Airport. You got to say Sky Harbor because Phoenix Mesa is where we used to fly out of, and it was.
Well, you
really
could just
nice.
type in PHX.
Yeah.
PHX.
Or Sky Harbor.
Let's see. Let's see. I mean, it should be smart enough to figure out PHX is referring to a
Yes, it
specific area.
should.
Should be. Or it's a bad AI. It's a dumb AI. bad AI. But it's
So
definitely
quickly
using.
on another subject, real quick. What do you think about the lost F-35? Really?
That's a very good question.
Yeah. How do they lose an F-35?
I thought they
Anyway.
found a debris field.
Well, they did, but they asked the populace to help them find it. Really?
Right.
Mhm.
Well, you know, it was a stealth plane.
And the pilot ejected, and it said like
It kept flying.
unusual circumstances or something.
When did this happen? We've missed this.
Oh, just
Yesterday.
yesterday?
Oh, I thought it was Saturday.
May have been.
Oh, it might have been. I think we started hearing about it yesterday, though, right?
Mm-hmm. They couldn't find it.
Well, there's some real questions of why the pilot ejected.
It could be real spy novel fodder, right? Like they said the plane just took off. He ejected for some reason. They lost communication. The pilot ejected for some reason, and the plane just flew away.
Well, it's a stealth plane. Maybe it's still flying.
That's what. That was my joke. I already made that joke, Bill.
Well, give me a break. I'm driving in the middle of city traffic here.
I think it crashed in a lake.
Yeah. It would be interesting
the
if some
States?
hacker took over its GPS and just had it land somewhere.
Well, I understand the transponder wasn't working is why the pilot ejected, but that doesn't make sense.
Right? Well, have they? I mean, the pilot must have been required. Doesn't he have a statement?
Well, they put him in
Ooh,
hospital.
another question for Bard.
Not yet.
What?
He doesn't have a statement.
Well, not that they're publishing.
Exactly. So what was the back to the hotel now? What was the answer?
What was the answer?
Yeah.
What was the answer?
I think the one out in Maricopa at the casino, Harrah's.
No, oh, you know what the answer was? That it couldn't give me the one with free shuttles or free parking. It could give me the cheapest one that was close by. Here it is. Let me see if I can bring it back up.
The one I'm referring
It
to
says-
was west of the airport.
Yeah, it says the cheapest hotel with the best reviews closest to Phoenix, to PHX, is Sleep Inn, Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. But it says it qualifies here. It says, I cannot search for hotels based on parking availability or shuttle service, but I found some hotels closest to the Phoenix with the best reviews. And so then it lists a couple others here too.
My suggestion would be to do a Google search and then call them. Put them on a map and then call them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Cheapest hotels with free. Anyway, what was the other? What is the pilot? Or how about why did? Can we do why did questions? Why did the pilot? How come I can't spell pilot? Why did the pilot eject? F-35. It was an F-35, right?
Yeah.
The F-35 before it disappeared. Almost reads like a joke. It's probably going to give me a punchline. Has not released a cause for the mishap that forced a pilot to eject on September 18th. Oh, it was yesterday. Mechanical failure, pilot error, external factors are the things that are the possible explanations, but they definitely haven't released an explanation yet. It does say until the Marine Corps releases results of their investigation, it is impossible to say for sure why the pilot ejected. 5th generation fighter jet with a very good safety record.
Well, they grounded them all until they find out what happened.
So the BBC says that the plane disappeared on Sunday afternoon, and it was discovered in rural Williamsburg County.
They found it?
Yes.
Yes, in rural Williamsburg County.
That's the debris field that they talked about.
I guess it looks like there's a picture on whatever this is, and it looks like it crashed in kind of like a part of debris in a forest, maybe. They're investigating the mishap.
Well, it's definitely a mishap, isn't it? I'm going to check the sources on this. So this was September 18th. This story has been updated. Aircraft, that's interesting. First thing, we need to literally try and find the aircraft. Then they'll have a chance to talk to the aviator when they've got a chance. So this was filed right after the mishap. And they haven't
I've heard
provided.
estimates of the cost of the plane ranging from 80 to 135 million.
What is the latest
So I can actually get
news
quicker
about-
results.
about the F-35 mishap?
So Judy, you can get quicker results finding this information than the AI?
Yes.
Of course.
I just typed it into my Firefox browser and that's what came up. So,
He was taken to a local hospital in stable condition. Wreckage of the aircraft has been found, but it's too early to say what caused the crash. 2-day stand down for all aviation units. Latest in a series of incidences involving the F-35 aircraft. In recent years, there have been several crashes and other problems involving the 835. However, the Marine Corps has said that it's confident in the safety of the aircraft and that it is committed to investigating the cause of the crash in South Carolina. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think you've been able to come up with those results earlier, or just as accurately, maybe even better, going straight to news sources from just a standard search. But it doesn't change the fact this AI stuff's going to get integrated into everything. And the table generations that we were doing earlier was really impressive. I mean, I wonder if I could spike one, just start one here, like show me a table of each generation fighter plane and its accident record. I know of not what I'm speaking, so if anybody can think of a better way to phrase that question. I'm just thinking it'd be interesting to see, like, oh, there we go. So that's not in the news right now. First generation P-51, 18, or what's that, 14.5% accident rating. Up to this 5th generation F-35, a 0.5% accident rating. So wherever these references came from, assuming they're genuine, the F-35 has the best rating out of all the generations. Oh, but Google can't provide double check. Are you guys still with me? I'm just saying, like, that was very interesting. I was able to ask them because we're talking about 5th generation fighter planes and accidents, and let's just see throughout the generations what's the accident rate per, and they've done it per 100,000 flight hours. And it's increasingly safer and safer each generation, which is to be expected, I guess. This has been the Bard AI question and answer session of the San Carlos Computer Club. If you had intentions of doing any other topics, they must be Bard related to make it through the rest of this meeting.
Have we asked Bard for movie recommendations at all?
What an appropriate time. Let's see.
Or jokes?
Yeah?
Bad
Bard,
jokes.
tell me something funny. Oh, I don't know why I put a question mark at the end. Sure, here's a funny joke. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. I hope you enjoyed that joke. Here's another one. Why do you call a fish with no eyes? What do you call a fish with no eyes? I hope you find these jokes very funny. I can tell you more jokes if you would like.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
What is your movie recommendation for today? That deserves a question mark.
Asking something about San Carlos.
I did snowbirds earlier.
You did snowbirds earlier?
Yeah, when snowbirds are typically in San Carlos, Sonora, and it gave us quite a synopsis.
Oh,
Here,
did it?
they're recommending watching A Haunting in Venice. Is this the newest Agatha Christie? From Kinnan.
So Bill said, ask it a question about the San Carlos Computer Club.
Oh,
Yes. Said-
what is the San Carlos Computer Club? I could have put a question mark on that, I guess. There's a group of tech enthusiasts based in San Carlos, Sonora, Mexico. The club is open to people of all ages and skill levels and provides a forum for members to learn about new technologies, share their knowledge, and collaborate on projects.
I think I know the source of
Yeah,
that.
I'm intimately familiar with the source. I have a movie recommendation, and we do have to move on from this meeting. According to this, we've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes almost. I have a movie recommendation I wanted to make sure you guys heard. From last night, we watched A Million Miles Away. I don't know if anybody has paid attention to this movie about Jose Hernandez becoming a NASA astronaut from being a migrant farm worker. It's his life story, and because of our touchstone of Mexico, you'll find many endearing things in this movie. And one of the things I liked about it, it was powerfully inspirational. It is not a dark movie at all. If you need to feel compassion and empathy and become part of being better, this is an amazing story. We thoroughly enjoyed it last night, and it's available on Amazon Prime. A Million Miles Away. It stars, what's his name? He's been in so many things, including the where's my laptop? There we go. Here we are. This is the movie, A Million Miles Away. Michael Pena.
Is that a new?
Brand
is that
new.
a new movie?
Just came
And
out
you
last
watched it?
week.
And Stremio has it?
It's on Prime. It's on Amazon
it's-
Prime.
Okay.
And they released it last week, and it's totally worth watching. I think
I watched a series this week. It's Little Fires. A bunch of It was a series with Reese Witherspoon. Million Little Fires or something.
I'm trying to bring it up.
Where was that?
I think it was on Prime.
As well.
It was either Prime or yeah, I think it was Prime. A Million Little Fires or Putting Out Little Fires. And who's the one that did Scandal? The Washington?
Is that in George Washington?
No. The actress
Little Fires Everywhere.
Little Fires Everywhere. Reese Witherspoon and
Am I reading your mind?
I thought
Bard. I'm gonna go to Bard. Who is it? Series. Wow, Reese does not come up at the top of IMDb. That's weird, because she's on the picture. Mia Warren. Is that who you're thinking? I don't recognize anyone but her.
Who?
Mia Warren is the other actress here.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the character she plays. Kerry Washington is the other one.
Yeah, Washington. Didn't I say Washington?
You're not wrong.
No, it was an interesting series.
Yeah, you want to add something to that?
No, I can't think.
Well, I will. I'll put it in our document here. I'm trying to find it on tracks so that there's a synopsis we can look at. Little fires
Oh,
everywhere.
and the morning show has a new series out, so I'm back into the morning show.
The morning show. Any other recommendations you guys would like to make before we get out of here? Apps you've been using or websites you've been visiting? Movies, TV, books? Anything exciting? Should we call this an end to this week's meeting? We will do another virtual meeting next week, being, what would it be, the 26th at 10 o'clock. We will come back together as the San Carlos Computer Club to do another meeting next week. This is the end of the San Carlos Computer Club. Unless anybody has any last things they'd like to say, I'm going to say goodbye. Have an awesome week. Tech on, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Fred. Bye, Cheryl and Bill.
Bye-bye.
There it is. There we are. We did it again, and this time with different equipment. It seemed to work really well today. Moving back into the office seems to work just fine. I got to go. Got a meeting coming up. You guys have an awesome afternoon. Until next Tuesday.